Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Tuesday, August the 14th, and this is the market overview, looking at everything that we look at every single night. So, away we go. Starting off with the Dow, we've been waiting for this rollover, and it's been excruciating, waiting for it to happen. Today, up almost 3 points. We have more development in the rollover, but it's just so slow. 14-day RSI moving average hasn't turned yet. We haven't had enough development to do it. Fast stochastic finally is breaking under the 80 and heading down. More on the downside with the MACD histogram. Still looking for a bearish cross on the MACD itself. Today was the first downtick of the MACD itself. So more and more is coming into alignment, and if it hadn't been for a stick save at the end of the day, this would have been a little bit different. But as it is, not the most helpful candle. It's a spinning top. What can you say? There's still 3 days for this to complete the downtick target, and I do think that it'll hit it. I do. And if we go in for a full-on bar retest, which I also think is possible, we're looking at 1300 by the time it gets there. Roundabout maybe 12,975, somewhere in that vicinity, but we'll be able to tell so much more as soon as the bubble corrector target is met and we examine the structure. So just waiting on that 60-minute time frame. Any difference? Um, 60-minute, it looks more bearish than bullish. The MACD and the MACD histogram essentially fairly flat, but we're still moving down in the RSI, the stochastics, perhaps even get a turn of the 14-day RSI moving average to the downside, and the CCI is moving down, and we're in a topping type area in the 60-minute time frame. So yes, absolutely more bearish than bullish. We've already been making strides into the long-term moving average bar, which is getting dinged up at the moment. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the 5-minute really fast. This was crazy at the end of the day. This totally changed the candle, but wasn't able to save it. It had this crazy move at the end of the day. Important on the Dow, more important on SPX, which we're about to get to. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump there right now. SPX, they gunned this thing right at the end of the day just to try to save it. What were they trying to save it from, whether they know it or not? They were trying to save it from the downtick in the short-term moving average area. And look at that. I mean, it was right here. We had our downtick nice and easy. They brought it right up just barely to save it. So this crook strike again, ending with a spinning top. And this is essentially the same as the Dow, except we don't have a downtick on the MACD itself. Notice the fast stochastic getting under the 80. This is definitely more bearish than bullish, but we don't have the tell. That was such a letdown. There's nothing else to say about the daily or the 60-minute. They're the same as the Dow. Going on to the VIX. Now here we have a tell. Very clear uptick, very strong. It gives us a target right up here, right at 16 bucks. So perfect target. Should hit that in the next 4 market days. Definite bottoming area in the heat map. We were talking last night about this was a multi-year low in the VIX. Beyond that, we have everything starting to roll back on up. MACD histogram, RSI, stochastics, CCI, MACD itself going sideways. 14-day RSI moving average, not enough time to turn yet, ticking down. But overall, definitely, especially with the tell, especially with the uptick, great chances. 16 bucks. No need to go into the 60-minute. That looks pretty good. Here's the 60-minute anyway. What can I say? Guess I'm just a sucker for indicators. And 14-day RSI moving average just getting underway to the upside in the 60-minute time frame. Everything moving up. Yeah, the stochastics are getting high, but they can either do a reset or get stuck. So yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. This looks great in the 60-minute time frame. and everybody knows it's way too low. So of course it's going to go higher. Bad for the market. Oh, going too fast. TNA. TNA, we had the downtick last night. It was resolved intraday. We said we have to see what it wants to do next. And big ugly red bar after trying to make a rally attempt. It is bearish engulfing the, not the full candle, but the real body of yesterday's candle. And as a matter of fact, if it hadn't done the downtick target yesterday, it would have met it today. So actually, yeah, I would have made it today right on the dot. So just putting an exclamation point on that. Beyond that, most everything is ticking down. Yeah, the CCI ticked up. Stochastics are moving down. 14-day RSI moving average moving down. RSI moving down. Histogram moving down. MACD going sideways, thinking about wanting to go down. This looks really bad in the daily. Fantastic. Fantastic. UUP, the dollar. Yeah, you know, it. We have a doji. Nothing really to speak of. It is higher than yesterday. We're fairly mixed in the indicators. I do think that this is definitely more positive than negative, and the reasons why, well, we have the stochastics mixed, we have the 14-day RSI moving average very low, we have the RSI moving up, we have the CCI moving up, we have the histogram moving up, we have the MACD ticking down, so kind of a push-pull, but I think more positive than negative. We still have a bottoming area in the heat map. We still have it in position to be sucked back into the long-term moving average bar, which it started to do today. Definitely more positive than negative, in my opinion. And FXE, the euro. And once again, long-term moving average bar. It's having problems with it again. Talked about yesterday. It came back into it, had all kinds of problems, couldn't even make the right kind of a penetration inside of it. Today, opening slightly lower and getting kicked out of the long-term moving average bar entirely. Definite sign of weakness. Beyond that, moving down on the CCI, mixed on the stochastics, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, 14-day RSI moving average getting pretty high, and the MACD itself ticking up slightly. This is definitely more negative than positive. Closing again, once again, below the upper price consensus level. This is, and look how strong the bar is. Look at all of that separation. So definitely more negative than positive. Good. CompQ, the NASDAQ. We have another tell. Fabulous. We got a downtick today on CompQ. They were able to save SPX, but they could not pull it out for CompQ. So we have a downtick target, and it's right here at 2982, 2983 roundabout. So right there, 4 days, it should hit, and it's bearish engulfing the real body of last night's candle. Fabulous. 14-day RSI moving average very high, stochastics moving down, CCI moving down, RSI moving up, histogram moving down, MACD moving up, but downtick. That sucker trumps whatever we have in a push-pull here, and definitely a weak signal. And it's very interesting because the futures were up pretty darn good. They took out the recent highs on SPX, CompQ, and very surprising that, I mean, right from the get-go today, they were selling it. And where if they had held it, they would have had a covering rally, absolutely. But it just fell apart right away. That's a big surprise. I would have thought they would have wanted to kill the bears off and then kill the bulls off. So this is a very surprising move for me today. Maybe they'll swerve it tomorrow. But anyways, just a little side thought. Apple, man, at its height today, it was truly impressive. Coming down with inverse hammer doji, high wave doji. Yeah, topping area forming. uptick on the MACD histogram, uptick on the MACD, uptick on the RSI, uptick on the 14-day RSI moving average, essentially holding high on the stochastics, up on the CCI. Very impressive on Apple today, and I'm really not sure what to make of this, because with all of the good press and everything Apple is getting, I just don't know if people are going to go into this for safety or not. So very curious to me. Not exactly sure, but we have no downtick, so that's what I would really be waiting for. Yeah, it looks kind of toppy, but I would really like to see a downtick before thinking that it needs to fall back down immediately. I mean, all through this, where it was questionable at times, we never got a downtick. So that's what I would be waiting for. Maybe it'll be tomorrow, I don't know. GE. Aha, another tell. Oh, we had our tell yesterday. Alright, well, further downside to GE, and it's a fat body spinning top with the stochastics majorly underway. CCI going sideways, RSI ticking down, 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, MACD going down, looking for a bearish cross, MACD histogram down. Definitely more bearish than bullish. It's not far away from the downtick target, but if it slips right on through it, that'll be a really good tell on the Dow and the market overall. So something to watch. If it busts out of just say 20.8 and continues down, we should have further weakness in the market. So something to be looking out for. JP Morgan, talked about 200-day moving average, all kinds of trouble with it. It keeps peaking above it. It finally pops out, and what is it? It's a big red candle. And so we know there's still problems in this area, and we need to see if it pops back down below the 200. We don't have a downtick. It is a fat body spinning top, and very similar to most other things, moving down on the histogram, moving down on the RSI, moving down on the stochastics, but up on the 14-day RSI moving average, up on the CCI, and up on the MACD. I think this one will turn pretty darn quickly, but have to see it get that downtick. Have to see it fail the 200 again. I think it will, and when it does, woo, bad for the market. XLF financials overall. Aha, we have another tell. Down tick, nasty red candle, unable to beat the previous high. Actually testing it again, so maybe you could call that a double top. And beyond that, very similar to everything else, so no need to rehash that. But plenty going down, plenty try to hang in there, but downtick, nasty. And what else? Yeah, I guess I'll keep it short again. Oh, oil. Yeah, oil. Alright, we had the tell last night. USO getting the downtick. Today, yeah, it went up. It's a spinning top. And we're to see it have further weakness, which I think it will. CCI moving up, 14-day RSI moving average going sideways high. Stochastics sideways and down. Sideways on the RSI, down on the histogram, and slightly up on the MACD. Definitely a push-pull at this moment, but 3 more days to complete that downtick target. I think it'll happen, or at least very close. So anyways, we will see. We definitely have lots of tells going on for the downside, for at least some down movement, and I think the odds are increasing for completion of that move. But it's not like that move is going to be a crash. That'd be kind of cool if it was, but don't think that it will be. And once it's completed, we'll have to analyze the structure and see what it wants to do at that point. But I'd be looking for a downtick corrective move, and then perhaps a bar retest, and that's it. Looks like this market is just turning on a dime every single day. So at least it's interesting. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.